So, what is good, guys, on YouTube? We are here just in a forest, in the woods actually, but we're just talking about, or right now we're just doing like a photo shoot. Me and my brother Dante, which I'll show you him in a second, both have our own clothing lines, and I guess with this video I'm gonna ask him a few questions about like owning a Christian clothing line, and like he used to do like clothing line before he became a Christian, and just how we feel about it and how we express our creativity. But right now we're just gonna do some shooting. I'll show you some little B-roll, behind the scenes action on what we do. So bro, when did you like start like creating and like especially working on your designs and stuff like that? Like, when did that all come about?
That started probably 8th grade.
8th grade.
I was designing. I was like, yo, it'd be cool if I can get this on a shirt. And I made the first one. It was called Fly Almighty. I had a guy in my graphics design class show me how to do it. And ever since, I took one of my designs, threw it on. I asked the graphics teacher, I said, would I be able to come in here after school and, you know, just work on some shirts? So I brought in a bunch of shirts, did all that. I wore the shirt the next day to school, had all these kids asking me where I got that from, and it just was like, yo, I made this. So I kind of like just ran with that, man, and started my clothing line probably a few months after that, and it was just called Dante Lee, and it just blew up, man.
Now, like, you're creating clothing, like, as a Christian, like, how does that differ? Like, how does that look now, like, trying to create? Because like, you might not feel like you got like far, but like you got like your own hoodie on right now, you got your own t-shirt. Like, every time we're out, like, people are always saying like, yo, I like that, like, where'd you get it from? Like, how does that feel? And like, how is it like now creating as a Christian as well?
So explain it a little bit more.
Well, just like going from like creating in the world like a bit, like, to now creating like with God, like how's like the transition been?
So when I was doing this for the world, right before I got saved, like for a year, it just went complete. Everything was just quiet with clothing, and the purpose and my intentions to do it when I was in the world was to get. And as soon as I accepted Jesus, and He still like transitioned me into that, it was like now it's to give. Like, everything changed. So all the designs were more to, you know, to reach people, you know, nothing for, you know, personal gain. If the gain comes, cool, but it's been more of so just blessing people, man, because I'm blessed to be a blessing.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah, bro.
So would you say like that's like a good place, like, for people that want to start with like a business, especially like a Christian business, like try to see how you can like serve people, and then everything else will just flow out of there?
Absolutely.
Word, man. So one of the funnest things about creating for me, and especially like creating as a Christian, is kind of just like the world of mystery and surprises that you get when you just follow like the inspiration that like the Lord gives and the Holy Spirit gives. Because for a lot of designs, like, I don't know which ones are going to do good and which ones are going to do bad. Even with a lot of photos, like, I just go with the flow, I guess, but like just trying different things out. Like, as creatives, we can always try to like work with what's easy or like work with what's always working, but like I'm just trying out new designs. I never wore like a neon shirt before, but I literally just was like, hey man, like, why not just try and break the boxes of like what the status quo is, because it's just so easy to be a copy of the next thing, or trying to find what's popping and trying to do that. But I honestly think that like we're all created different, we all like different things, so we should try to create differently than everyone else. And that's why I made a shirt like this with like a little Lord's Child logo and neon green, just trying different things out and seeing what works. Can you take me home? Cause I need your rest. I need your rest. Berries and stuff? Alright, so we're about to get out of these woods. It gets a little bit hectic in here, just trying to walk through. But for my stuff, like And for Dante stuff too, we just like to go for like that more than nature feel. Plus we live in Pennsylvania, where it's like a lot of wooded area, which I think Pennsylvania actually means it actually means like wooded land or something like that. But yeah, we're going through. It's worth it for the creativity. I'll show some of you guys like the edited footage and stuff like that. It actually came out pretty sick. What I've noticed about like when I started like creating for God and stuff like that is like you actually do get like a burden for your creativity. Like you get a love for it. Like, and I think that God puts that in like creative specifically, because like I just remember times where I would be waking up out of the middle of my sleep and I just like have to go create a song, or like I'll be wanting to go to sleep and then I'll just start working on a song, and like the passion and the creativeness, like it just like drives you. And like especially when you're doing it for God, I think it's like out of a place of just actually wanting, like knowing that like you can actually like help people through your gift. That's like one of the things that inspires me, because I know for the longest time, like if anything my life would hurt people, and now like God actually like he uses like the bad for the good, and like he's definitely been like using my life in that way. So but I do want to ask you guys though, if there's like one thing that's holding you back from like chasing your creative dream, or like whatever God's put in your heart, like what is it? Like why are you letting it do that? And like how can like some ways you can overcome it? Like just what would be the thing that would like help you get past it more? We're gonna get home though and start editing these photos.